Hello, fellow humans! It's your favorite nine-tailed trickster. It's Nishimoto Kitsune. Let's go! Yay, 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 yay! Did you miss me? Hang on. I think I am in the right room right now. Hello. It has been a while since I last did my Zatsudan, but here we are again. I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone is doing good. This week has been crazy, at least for me. There's a lot to catch up on. There is definitely a lot to catch up on, and you guys probably already noticed. My setup is kind of different right now, and you can probably hear me better. I'm not using the default settings. Okay, I'm not doing that. Okay, I am actually using a different setting right now, so hopefully I am much clearer. I usually use an integrated software. Okay, so I hope your weekend has been good. Have you guys been eating well? Have you been hydrating? It is spring, so you better be drinking your waters, okay? You can also probably tell that you can probably hear my keyboard and all that. Part of the settings that I change. Okay, all right. It's not easy. It's not easy adjusting these settings, so please bear with me, okay? Anywho, I've been speaking 2 minutes for these settings. But we have a lot to talk about. Definitely a lot to talk about, okay? All right. It's been really busy, okay? Shall we get started with the first one? Let's do a weekly recap. What happened this week? What happened to me? Jajan. Let's start with the Super Bowl. Yay. I'm recording this really late, okay? It's like 11:20 p.m. I don't know why I do this to myself. But here we are. Let's start with the Super Bowl. Okay? All right. This is very important. We're going in reverse here because the other bullet points came before that. But let's start with Super Bowl. Did everyone enjoy it? I didn't really watch the commercials and all that. Oh my gosh. I have yet to do that. I have yet to watch the commercials. I was watching the game. I wasn't paying attention to the commercials. That just reminds me that I have to go on YouTube. You know? I was not happy with this game. Okay? I was not happy. All right? It was just... It was meh. It was meh. Granted, my favorite team didn't make it to the Super Bowl. You can click off this video if you hate Niner fans. But yes, I have been adopted to the Niner fan family. Please. Okay. But I'm not like a true fan. Okay, let me explain. I'm not really a football player or football player. Hello. I'm not really a football fan. I'm mostly watch basketball and not even in the regular season. But yeah, I was more so adopted by my family. They were the ones who decided which team I should root for. Because I don't know which football team to root for because I never really watch it. And apparently we are now either Niners, Dallas, or Vikings. Or so I've heard. You either really love the Niners or you really hate them. That's what I learned. There's nothing in between. Okay? There's nothing in between, okay? If you're not a football fan like me, Just know this, okay? It's ride or die in the football teams. um, but yeah, it's you know what's interesting is that even though I don't know much about football, I think we can all agree that the previous game with the what was it called? Not the Patriots, the Seahawks. The previous game before the Super Bowl, the one where they fought against Rams, that was probably supposed to be the Super Bowl. With the way they were moving and how it was back and forth, that was more entertaining than the actual championship. And I'm not even a football fan, and I can attest to that. Yeah, yeah, not a fun game. I went. I wasn't actually home. I was with some friends, the family friends, with a bit of relatives too. We were watching the game in the backyard. At least the first half, I was watching it with them in the backyard. We grabbed a beer. We grabbed our ice cream. And let me just say we were there and we were just talking about work and all that, you know. Oh, I was if you guys didn't know, I also did an internship a few months ago, and I actually met up with one of the guys that I was working with in that internship, and we really caught up with each other. He works right now in like a shoe store. He works at retail now. Just just to get some money to pass by. Yeah, he and I are pretty tight. No, not that tight, but when we were working together, we were really close, and it was really nice to see an old friend. We really bonded over anime. He also asked me about sports because he's also a sports dude, but all I could tell him was like, I just watched the NBA playoffs, okay? I'm not really a big sports fan. But if you ask me about the playoffs or maybe even the Olympics, okay, maybe we can work something out, okay? All right, but other than that, no. Or maybe some sports anime too. If you're a big fan of Kuroko no Basket, then we're already friends. But yeah, it was nice seeing him. We talked about like what we were doing after our internship. Yeah, it was great. It felt like it was a long time. It's been a long time since we've seen each other, but because work got so hectic. But yeah, he's a really chill dude. I really appreciate personalities who are, he's pretty laid back, and if we can sit with me in comfortable silence, then I approve. I'm a talkative person, but of course I also appreciate if you're a friend that could just like sit with me and just like sit in silence comfortably while we watch, like, I don't know, the football game. So I really appreciated that. I was also playing with the baby. There was a baby in that party, in that Super Bowl party. He was really cute. He would, every time he would clap, and then we would clap, and then this baby would just like laugh so adorably. It was so cute. Yeah, it was really great. I went there with my sister Fox, and she also had a fun time. She was mostly there with her lady Fox, so it was great. I got home though. I went home early because I still had clothes to fold. I forgot about my laundry. Typical weekend. It was a Sunday football. I forgot my laundry. Did you guys enjoy before I end that topic, did you guys enjoy the halftime? The Bad Bunny halftime? That was really good. It was really cool seeing some celebrities dancing with Bad Bunny there. It was really great. I think it was a stellar performance. I didn't understand much of it. I don't really speak Spanish or understand Spanish or Puerto Rican, but it was great. It was great. The set was amazing. It was really funny when they saw the bushes, the humans in the bushes, and they're just moving. Oh, interesting fact. I did not know that that was an actual wedding that was held at the Super Bowl. So congratulations to that couple. That was probably the first marriage in a Super Bowl stadium, let alone Super Bowl itself. It was amazing. Okay, it was amazing. Yeah, it was great. What else happened at the Super Bowl, really? We missed out on Snoop Dogg. Rest in peace to his... I think there was a death in his family. So, rest in peace. And I hope he's taking it well. Or, well, of course. It's always hard to take those things well, but I hope that Snoop Dogg is recovering from it. Him and his family. Other than that, Super Bowl was boring. I hype it up, but good defensive game though. It only picked up the final quarters. But other than that, the first few, it was just full solid defense on both teams. I wouldn't say it was a back and forth, and most of the score in the first half was just like field goals. I don't know about you, but I love me some touchdowns. Isn't that what the whole thing is about? I get it. We gotta keep our strategies. Okay. All right. But give us some entertainment at least. Like there's a lot of sponsors that paid good money for this. Okay. I don't want to hear an excuse. People paid good tickets and all you see are like walls like blocking each other in football. Anywho, that's just my opinion, okay? You can take it from a non-football fan, but it could have gone better. It could have gone better. Let's all be honest here. So, yeah. And yes, that was my excuse to leave the party early to fold my clothes. Sue me, okay? I did not want to stay there for too long, although I did enjoy the company and they were really good hosts, but it was a boring game. And I also kind of want to watch with my mama fox. So that's the reason why. And then when I got home, Mama Fox agreed with me. It was a boring game. Okay? So Mama Fox is always right. Yeah, and then the day before that, actually, and I wanted to apologize because I wasn't able to stream as much this week, because last weekend I had a fun time with my family out. Yay! It was a really fun time. I went out with my family after I think it's been so long since we all went out together like that. But went to a sports bar and just had a few drinks, and it was pretty good. We caught up with each other, just like old times. I feel like nowadays we're just all busy with our own schedules, and I don't know. I've also been focused on this side project. So whenever I get home, I'm editing video, making a script, or making this Zatsudan, and maybe even live streaming. So catching up with my family, hanging out with them, it's always nice. Pretty sure they appreciate my presence too, okay? Yeah, had a good time with especially with Mama Fox. Mama Fox was really in it with the She was really into with the drinks there. To be fair though, I feel like a lot of people are stressed nowadays, especially at work. So I can't really blame them. Can't really blame them. You know, especially in this economy. It has been a roller coaster too with me at work. So, which I will segue into that shortly. Okay. But yeah, it was great. I had a couple of drinks during that time at the sports bar. I think I had like 3 glasses of whiskey. Okay. All right. Don't look at me. All right. Don't look at me. I just had a fun time. Okay. I needed those drinks. I didn't need them. I desired them after a long week. But yeah, it was really smooth. Like the whiskey that they had at that restaurant, like, man, it was really good. Don't get me wrong, like, I like whiskey on the rocks, especially the ones that you can buy like out there. But that restaurant's whiskey, I gotta know what they're using because it was smooth. I was 3 glasses in and I didn't feel much of anything. Maybe a bit buzzed, but yeah, not fully drunk. Mama Fox had it differently though. She got sick the next day. She's not used to it anymore. She's not used to that kind of, but she was only drinking beer. But it was a hard beer though, to be fair. To be fair to her, okay, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. It was hard beer. Okay? But it was really fun. My sister foxes were there too. I was scolded just a bit. They were also telling me that I was going overboard already and I was doing some buzz talk. I will admit it, okay? They're not wrong. But yeah, I was able to control it. You know, I have a high alcohol tolerance. Don't ask me why, but I was trained well. Let's just say that. I was trained well with that, okay? If you'd like to know, my favorite drinks is a whiskey. And if you give me some mimosas or any of those sweet drinks, you're my friend, okay? All right. All right, moving on to the next one. Let's talk about this week. I feel like this is going to be a shorter Zatsudan. Not much because it's been only 2 weeks since my last one. A week and a half? I'm not even sure. I don't know how time works anymore. But this has been a roller coaster at work. Let me tell you why, okay? Please. Okay, this was me. This is my reaction. If you guys didn't know, of course you don't know. That's why I'm telling you. One of our reliable foxes at the shrine sadly has been laid off. They've been fired from work. And it was eye-opening, to say the least. At least for me and for the rest of the team. Because, you know, it's kind of hard when it's kind of hard when you lose someone in a workplace or just in general in an environment that you're used to be in. And although we didn't want that to happen, of course there were some requirements that had to be like met in order to keep the job, you know. It's hard being a fox. It's hard being a fox in the shrine. Okay, we do a lot of work. We do a lot of good work for the kind souls out there, but let's just say this fox that was laid off has been disruptive. not really disruptive, but more of they were not meeting expectations. And sadly, the director foxes, all the head foxes, had to let them go. And it was more eye-opening for me because, you know, you never know when your time is up at a place, especially at work, at a job, it's just anywhere in general in life. Everything is finite, and working at the shrine has really gave me some life lessons on that. I guess it was the first time that I saw someone get laid off like that, and it was private, but they were making huge fuss of it at the shrine, and a lot of the foxes saw it, and let's just say they weren't as cooperative and they weren't as happy. So yeah, it was also scary for me. It was also a bit traumatic. Yeah, it was it just reminded me of the past, during a time when I was also kind of scared out there for my own well-being, and seeing them, you know, freak out like that, and just see their life be disrupted in a way that they didn't want it to be, and it was just all out in the blue. To be fair, it was a long time coming, but still, it's different when you're actually there and seeing it in person. And wherever they are right now, you know, even with all my coworkers, we all agreed to it that we're praying and hoping that they do well in their future endeavors, and that they're well taken care of. They might not be listening to this, and of course this is just my diary, okay? But I pray to the almighty deity that you will be safe, and that you will be protected, and you will have a healthy future. Okay? Yeah. But for some introspection, I think it was a good, not good, not good. I worded that wrong. It was an experience that I will never forget. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the things at work is volatile, and that was a reality check on our part. And I really need to keep this job at the shrine because, of course, I also have my hopes and dreams and aspirations, and I've been trying to save, and a lot of my financials really depend on it, so I could, you know, maintain this shrine, maintain my own place here at the shrine. So yeah. To all my listeners out there, it's good to work, but also take some mental breaks. It's healthy for you, and I don't know, just enjoy life as it is. A lot of things are finite in this life. Look at me being all philosophical, like, or what is this fox even saying? Yeah, I'm just appreciative of the things that I have now. I feel very blessed with the lifestyle that I have, and I'm supported by a lot of people who really love me, and of course I love them back, and I also want to give back in the best way that I can. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now, and I'm really thankful. But yeah, and that was just one part of work. Let's not go into the deep end now. On the brighter news of what happened at work, we're up and about. We're doing really well with our quota on getting the souls reincarnated. So that's a plus. That is a very big plus. We still have a long way to go. Obviously, we still have a lot of souls to take care of, but progress is progress. And I always say that every time. If you're making progress, that's already enough. Never stop moving. We'll always move forward. You can look back, but not for too long. So that's always been kind of like my mantra whenever I go to work. Spirits have not been high, but since it's actually Friday today when I'm recording this, and a lot of them, it's gotten better. It's gotten better. It was a rough first few days of the week. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It was a rough few days. Okay, but we bounced back, and this Friday, a lot of the foxes were really happy with the results, and we have a few more weeks until we can meet quota. So, hooray for us! And yeah. So do not worry. I am okay. I am fine. I am also a lot of the foxes at the shrine are also fine. We're doing better, and we're also recruited new foxes into the shrine. So we're really excited, and welcome to the team. Me saying that in the most corporate way possible. But yes, I really mean it. Okay. All right. What else happened? Well, apparently at the lobby at our shrine, a lot of people have been stealing some water bottles. So they've been stealing a lot of our water from the well, okay? And so, but the holy water from the well cannot be quenched by our foxes, okay? It has to go to the souls. Unfortunately, not a lot of the foxes listen, and they would take a sip from the holy well. So, yeah, we've been running out of water from that well for a long time, okay? And when I said water bottles, they literally take an empty water bottle and grasp it from the well, and then take it home with them, which is a no-no in the shrine, okay? So, yeah, we kind of got in trouble with that. We had a meeting, and they were like, no more holy water for you. You gotta get your own water out there, outside the shrine, okay? I was a bit sad because I'm one of those people who actually get the holy water, so... Okay, all right. So I'm a bit sad too. Okay, I'm a bit sad that we can't get the holy water from the well anymore. Okay, all right. It's a sad time in the shrine, but it does teach us to be responsible and getting our own water out there. Which, speaking of water, I need to hydrate right now as I speak. Yes. Okay. Anyways, let's talk about something else. Ta-da! Yay! 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 Let's talk about the highlight of this week. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys love it? If you did not know, this week marks a special week for Nishimoto Kitsune, me, and my own channel, because I have been working on this side project for a long time. That's a lie. That's a lie, okay? That's well, it's kind of complicated to explain. Not really. So this has been in the creative works in my brain for a long time. I've really wanted to make this skit, but if you guys didn't know, I like to make my own story games. Yes, that's me. I am also a game developer. So, but I'm not like a hard-on coder. I don't know. Okay, the reason why I'm explaining this, and we're not talking about the skit video yet, there's a backstory to this, okay? Hear me out first. So the reason why I'm explaining that I'm a game designer or a game developer is because I've been creating games for myself and my friends for a long time. But a lot of those games are a bit text-based. It's a bit RPG focused, but it never had any voices. And I've really wanted to make a game with a voice in it, just to give the character some life. But unfortunately, due to budget constraints, I was not able to do that. And I can still buy some voice packs with the grunts and the moans. You know what I'm talking about. For example, like in fighting games, they would grunt like yeah, but it was only limited to those kinds of sounds, and I never really got to produce something with voice acting into it, or at least voice acting lines that I actually created myself. So this time I thought to myself, I kind of want to test the waters a bit, but I didn't want to do it in a full-on video game that I'm developing. It's more of I don't know. Part of my bucket list, I guess. It's part of my bucket list. I really wanted to create something and put life into it, put some voice back into it, because it really makes the character feel real, and I wanted it to feel that way. And so for the testing ground for that, I made my own script for this scenario for my life here at the shrine. And kind of reenact the parallels that I have of what I experience, with a little bit of fantasy, of course. And this was the result, and that was the inspiration for Spirit Tale Kitsune, which is, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if this is going to be a full-on series, even though hear me out, even though it says episode 1 there, but I do have plans in the future, but we'll see. There are no promises. The only thing promised in this world is that promises are broken. But yeah, this is the product of something that I've been wanting to do for a long time now. I've showed this to my friends as well, and they were really proud of it, and I'm really proud of it too. Let's get into the backstory of this. More into the backstory. I think it was around Saturday of last week. I was thinking up of the script, and I don't really know how to make a script. And of course, I didn't want to look amateurish in front of the voice actress that I commissioned for Yvette. So I created a script, put it in a Google Doc, and search for examples on how to make a professional script for a voice actress or a voice actor. And so I did that, and then I had to think up of a story or some kind of scenario too. But at the same time, I will say I couldn't think of anything. So we just winged it, and we just recorded what my life is like. And that is the result. That was all improv, guys. That was all improv. I'm kidding. But it is going to be some kind of a semi-show about the life of Kitsune, me. Yes. Mm-hmm. This is off the record and off lore, off Kitsune, and this is me speaking for myself. When I wrote that script, I have no idea what I was doing. I just winged it, like I said, and it worked. It worked. Usually I get a lot of ideas at night and I can't sleep, and I wrote it off during that time too, and I was really tired, but I really wanted to do it. And I'm a firm believer of that. If you really want to do something, you're gonna do it. You will actually do it, and especially if it's something you're passionate about. So no excuses for the people out there, okay? You can do whatever you want to do with your passions. All right. If I can do it, especially in a restrained budget, you can do it too. But yeah, so after I made the script, of course, I was thinking about, okay, who are the characters? Like, where am I gonna find someone to voice act for my characters? So I went over, you guys have probably already seen the video description of the skit, but I went over to Fiverr. And it's a really reliable freelance website. A lot of freelancers go there, and I was just searching for someone who can voice act for Jade. And, you know, with my budget especially, I wanted to go something that's not too expensive, but also at the same time high quality, and that's not that hard to find, actually. I was a bit surprised. I think it would be more pricey, but they were doing a deal, and that's when I found Yvette on there on the website. And there wasn't much interaction with her messages. I just gave her the script and also a reference of what Jade is like. And for the rest of it, it was all her. I am more of, to be fair, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I am very detailed when it comes to creating characters. I put down their personality, first and foremost. Second, the appearance that they have, so that they were, the voice actor would at least have an idea of how they think the character will sound. I give them that creative liberty to do that. Number two, besides the personality, I also put down what the character likes. What do they not like? What is and number three, what is the history of this character? Who is this character? How do they know Kitsune? How do they know me? So it's very kind of like a spark note, a detailed spark note. Let's just say that of what I did. Okay. Of what I wrote, I mean, or what I have in mind. So I did that along with the script, and I also helped her out to highlight which ones she has to voice. And let me tell you what I learned. It was pretty hard to make the script. Basically, I did something like similar to what a voice actor would get professionally, and something similar to theatrical scripts. So it would just focus more on what the voice actor is going to voice act, of course. But in parentheses below the character that they're voicing, each line should explain what the tone of the what the tone will be for that line. So for example, if me, Kitsune, I have to express anger, you have to put in parentheses, you have to express the words in anger or something like that, or in an angry tone. You have to describe the intonation and the expression and the emotion of the line for every single line. Okay? It sounds easy. It sounds simple. Okay? But it's not okay. It's not. It was it was hard because there are times when I'm like, okay, what kind of emotion am I even trying to describe here? Because I can describe this emotion in multiple different ways. It could be sarcasm, it could be laid back, it could be casual. And those are 3 different synonyms. And they all could mean the same thing, but they want something specific. And by they, I mean like the template for these scripts. So I did my best for each of those emotions, and I commissioned it to Yvette. And she came back. Now take note, the deadline was 24 hours, and she delivered it in 2023. She even exceeded expectations for that, okay? I was like, wow, she delivered this pretty early. Was my script not that complicated? To be fair though, it was only a 2-minute video skit, so there wasn't that much to voice line or to voice. So yeah, still, like, it was pretty impressive. It was really impressive. I was really impressed with the minimal messaging between us. I did not message Yvette, by the way. There is a feature on Fiverr to say the parameters of what you're trying to order, but you also have the option to message them. And I will be honest, I was a bit shy to message Yvette. So it was more of a customer-client relationship that we had. But it was still pretty fun. And she was really very friendly when she replied back with my order. And I was really thankful for that. I was really grateful. Yeah, but it was a really, at least for her, this was like a cake in the park. Is that what they call it? What? Is that what they call it? What are they? It was a piece of cake. What the heck was I trying to say? It was a walk in the park. There you go. A walk in the park and a piece of cake for Yvette. Because when I got those voice recordings back, oh my gosh, she nailed it. She nailed those lines. She's a really good voice actress, and I couldn't have asked for a better voice actor to voice Jade. The sarcasm, the laid back nature, well, there's not much sarcasm, but more of the laid back nature of Jade. She captured it perfectly. The casual tone and the way she informs about the Shinigami and all that. Mwah. Perfection. It was perfect. It was great. I was just, I can't thank Yvette enough for making my dream come true. Okay, Yvette, if you're listening, thank you very much. Okay, I keep thanking you, but I feel like I haven't thanked you enough for this. But really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for voicing Jade for my channel. Okay, I'm looking forward to working with you again soon. Hopefully you'll take me. Okay, hopefully you take me again and you accept my commission or my offer. Please. Okay. But yeah, it was really fun. I also had to record my own lines. Now, I told this to my friends too. Please bear in mind I am not a voice actor. I'm working on it. It doesn't help that I was too excited to produce that video. So I made the whole thing in one night. Once I got the voice lines from Yvette, I was like, okay, time to lock in because I really want to get this done. So I recorded the whole thing in one night and also edited it in one night. Isn't that crazy? But I was really driven and I was really motivated and inspired to make this. So it really made it easy for me to stay up late and finish the project. I think I slept at like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. when I made that video because I also had to render it. So yeah, it was really fun to edit it as well. If you guys didn't know, the stop animation and all that, of course we've seen it before and with other VTubers, but my inspiration for the animation of how I animated it, initially I was gonna do a live 2D version, and I would just do the movements for Jade, but that's a lot of work. So I was like, okay, let's just do the emotions and let's just do frame by frame. And that's when I got the inspiration from Dashi Games. If you don't know Dashi Games or Dashi XP, he is a famous YouTuber, especially back then in his prime, when I say when his prime, but he's still pretty big right now. He's a gaming YouTuber, and he also did skits back in the day. And the editing style that he had for the Mortal Kombat series, where he animated that, it wasn't even him. He hired someone else. But the way that his skit was animated is very similar to mine, where it would just be, well, there's not much of mouth talking or the lips moving, but it was more of a stop motion kind of thing, where the emotions will change image by image. So it's not a fluid motion, but at least there will be some transitions to a different emotion, and it can change throughout the video. So that's where I got the inspiration from, and it turned out really good. It was great. The transitions were fantastic. I was having fun editing the video. It was just, I guess it was an epiphany for me that my love for creative projects never really went away, even though I took a break from it because I was a bit burnt out, especially in game development. So editing a video again like that very intensively and very hands-on is already a win for me. And yeah, I just feel blessed. I feel very thankful, and yeah, I'm thankful for the opportunity, really. Of course, you know, I don't want, I like I said, I don't want to toot my own horn here, but I think the project was perfect. And it also generated a bit of views. We had 33 views on it, so it was great. Yeah. Anything else I could say? Maybe for the future, I don't really want to say it because, you know, we gotta keep the good vibes going, and I don't want to promise anything, but we'll see if we'll continue this into the future. Let's just say that this was a really good project, and I'm glad that I was able to create the product for it. But yes. Okay. Enough of the skit video. Okay. Actually, let's talk about it. Let's talk about one more thing about that skit video. I love the the music that I also used. You know, a lot of people upload really good music on Dova BGM. That's usually where a lot of VTubers get their music. And I really think that the music, I kind of want to change my in-game music for Hytale now to that one, the one in the skit, because it was so comical and iconic. Like, it was just fun. I also want to say though, as I'm reflecting upon this project, I am enjoying video editing far more than the streaming part of my channel. Even though streaming is really where I get my content and I could make YouTube shorts out of it. But I don't know. I haven't been inspired to make a short on the videos that followed, or the streams that followed the Fortnite. You know? And then our Fortnite also got like 300 views now, which is great. Not much engagement on that one though. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what kind of content I'll also do in the future that will warranty for another YouTube short. Okay. I am getting sleepy. It is 12 a.m. where I'm at. I don't know why I'm recording this. I always record this late at night for some reason. Let's move on to the next topic. Dun, dun, dun. Ta-da! Look at that. Look at that. Yay, yay, yay! You might be wondering what that is. But yes, this is my setup right here. This is off the script, or off lore, but this is my actual setup. This is my PC setup here at the shrine. And you guys didn't see the old photo, but I never had 2 monitors in my entire life outside of work. But I finally did the move today, and I went to Best Buy and bought my new monitor. You know, I was expecting to buy a new PC, but I was like, I'll save up more for that. That was initially why I even went there in the first place, because I've been eyeing this computer for a long time now. Well, not really like a long time, but I've been eyeing this computer, and there's only one in stock left, and I wanted to check if they still had it. I drove over there after work, and lo and behold, they do not have it. I waited too long. Now the computer that I want isn't there anymore. If you don't know, I don't like building my own computer. It's too much of a hassle. Maybe if I had my friend who builds computers, but they're really far from me. So he helped me out and recommended this pre-built PC. So I went there, and it was a Lenovo PC, and it was all gone. Although I asked the Best Buy employee, and I asked him like, hey, can I order it? And then they were like, yeah, we can just like have it shipped to our store, and then you can pick it up. And I was like, okay, cool. So my PC, I'm still grinding for it. I will probably have a new setup in the next coming weeks. Fingers crossed, you know. I'm still grinding for that. And it's not cheap. I had like, it was like $2,000, I think, and that's without tax. To be fair though, that's like the average price for all PCs. But dang, in this economy, $2,000, oh my gosh, that's already too much. But yeah, that's why I'm saving up. But yeah, and then while I was looking for the computer, I came upon the Samsung. It wasn't Samsung. It was another product. It was not AOC. It was an Asus, I think. It was an Asus monitor. It was like 37 inch, or no, 32 inches, just like the monitor that I have here. And I was like, ooh, it has 240 hertz. 240 hertz refresh rate. And I was like, that's pretty good. This is me. I put on my mask, and I was like, this is a really nice monitor. I wasn't even planning on buying anything from Best Buy besides the computer, and I was just window shopping. But here we are, you know. That's me and window shopping. It's a dangerous combo. When I shop out there, I have to like buy something to feel satisfied. I am just like my dad, my father fox, okay? Me and my father fox, he whenever he goes out, he always has the urge to buy something, and if not, then the trip wasn't worth it. But this time though, I thought about it for a long time. I was in the store for like an hour or so, and I was like, do I really need another monitor? And I was like, yeah, I probably do. because whenever I stream, I don't know, you guys probably don't know this, but I use my cell phone to look at the chat. It wasn't ideal though. Especially with the Fortnite stream that I did last time, it just kept cutting off. I don't know why. Like my Wi-Fi was getting cut off from my phone, and it's probably because my phone is already pretty old. Very, very old. Okay? So that's probably why the Wi-Fi was like breaking out. It wasn't actually my router. It was just my phone. Yeah. Let me drink some water because I am parched and my throat is dry. Yum, 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 yum. You're probably hearing my water bottle now too because of my mic settings. Speaking of mic settings, no, let's not segue there yet. Let's keep talking about the monitor. So I tried to buy the Asus monitor that was like 32-inch, 240 hertz, and I was so excited. Okay, I was so excited. And you know what they told me? Guess what they told me? They don't have it anymore. Like, I was like, what? I was like, what was the whole point of me going here? I was like, what do you mean you don't have it anymore? Why is it on display then? If you're gonna sell something, at least be in stock. Like, if you're gonna put something in display, it has to be in stock. Come on now. So that Best Buy employee, he was a younger gentleman, and then he felt bad, and so he tried to search for another monitor that was similar to it, and we found the 32-inch Samsung. And I was like, okay, it's at least 180 hertz, which is already much more than what I have with 144 hertz with my current monitor or my old monitor. If you guys don't know, the old monitor is the one on the right. It's the smaller one. Yes. I've had that monitor for about 2-3 years now. And yeah, it was time for a change. Why not? I had the budget, and I just felt like, okay, I really need to buy a new monitor for my new setup, just so I could see the chat too when I'm streaming. So yeah, and even though I don't have my PC yet, I was not gonna buy another one of those small monitors because, come on now, really, I'm gonna get 2 small monitors for my new PC when it comes here eventually. Not on my watch, okay? I'm gonna go all out on this monitor. So I chose an expensive one too. So yeah, I'm excited to plug it into my new PC in the future. Another thing that I bought was a Sony headphones. I bought a noise canceling one because my Razer headphones, the one with a green, the one with a green cable, it's gone now. It was like, nope, we're not gonna work now. I was hearing some static on it, so which isn't good, It wasn't great. It's just popping now on my ear. So I had to buy a new one. Well, not a new Razer, but at least a wireless one, just so that my setup is much organized. So I bought a new headphones, noise canceling ones. Not as expensive as I thought it would be. Actually, probably just the same price as what I bought back then. If you're looking for headphones, I highly recommend the Sony ones. I used to use some headphones. It was like an international headphone, and by that I mean it was imported from a different country, and I'm not gonna name that country. But let's just say that it has been discontinued because of legal reasons. But it was sold legally here though. It was in the Best Buy too, so it's legit. It's just that that company got in trouble, and I'm not name dropping them. But they don't produce those headphones anymore, so I had to switch over. I had to switch over to my Sony headphones. Okay. Anyways, another thing that I bought was the boom arm. Let's go! Yay, 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 yay! Ever since I was been streaming back then, from my past lives as well, I've always wanted a boom arm. Okay? If you don't know, I've been recording and I've been live streaming with the Blue Yeti microphone right in front of my face, in front of my keyboard, and it's, let's just say it's not the most convenient location for it to be in, because I always have to lean in so that I could be heard, you know? And also my keyboard, you can still hear my keyboard, okay? Because of that setup right there. But you can see it on my presentation, on my slide. But let's be honest here, I feel like the audio is much better this way. I like how I also have full control of the mic now. So this was a very smart purchase. Yeah, because I would always, the wires would get in my way. The wires is just all over my desk, and it was not ideal. And I was like, enough is enough. I am buying a boom mic or a boom arm. And I'm really glad I did, because this was so convenient. It's just floating. The microphone is just floating in my face. Can you believe that? I can't, because I was too poor to even buy one, even back in the day. But now I'm able to save up money to actually buy a boom arm. Yeah. Not much has changed. I still have the Blue Yeti, but I have been thinking of the Shure mic. I heard that was also a good microphone. I don't know. Blue Yeti is just, yeah. it can improve. It doesn't help too that I have high ceilings, so that my voice is just echoing. I hope my neighbors still love me, and my sister Fox, because my voice is probably like echoing throughout my room. Which I think is gonna be my next project. I want those things that you can stick to the wall, so just so that people can't hear you from the outside, or outside your walls, because these walls are pretty thin, I think. Yeah. If you guys also don't know, you can see my Gengars over there. Yes, my favorite Pokemon is Gengar. Let it be known. If it's my birthday, get me something Gengar related, and we're good. Okay? We're Gucci, because Gengar is love, Gengar is life. Okay? For all the people who say that whoever loves Gengar is toxic, you're wrong, okay? I'm like one of the most wholesome people and cozy people out there. But I do have some toxic traits. So you may not be wrong. But yeah, Gengar is just so cool. Gengar's design, I think even the person who made the original designs for Pokemon, he said that his favorite Pokemon was Gengar. Or at least the favorite Pokemon that he liked to design with. Yeah. So, Gengar lovers, rise up. Okay. Alright. Okay. That was my PC setup. So, we're getting along well now. We're getting some upgrades. And hopefully in the future, I will get my PC and we could play more intensive games while streaming. And we're not stuck on Hytale all the time. Let's see here. And that was it. Thank you for listening to me yap all the time. Let me put out the slide. Let me put myself up here. That's another week. That's another week of Zatsudan. What do you think? I've been speaking for an hour again because that's just me. I just love to yap. But I have been tweeting a lot too. I've been noticing that. Even though I deleted Instagram, I feel like Twitter just substituted for that. Which is not healthy, okay? It's not healthy, but what can I do? What can I do? I still need to see some social media content out there for research, okay? It's definitely for research purposes, okay? So, I'm tired now. I have to go. I really have to go. It is almost 1 a.m. It's 12:30 at my time. But you guys have a good one. You know, take care. I hope you guys are doing great. Or even if you're not, I hope that your day or evening will be better soon. Okay? All right. Thank you for joining my Zatsudan. I am going to leave for now. All right. Otsu Kitsune, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.